What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and a bit of news about the newest Monster Hunter franchise movie being pulled from Chinese cinema. And oh, you just hate to see it. Now, I, for one, have seen the trailer for Monster Hunter, and it looks awful. Now, I know diehard fans will hold out hope, and people love Mila Jovovich, and I do too. I think she did great in Resident Evil, but this film does not look good. Now, it may just be a bad trailer. Like, legitimately, it could just be a bad trailer, but based on what I've seen, there's no way on God's green earth that I would pay $15 to $20 to see this movie in the cinema. Would I pay $5 to see it on VOD? Yeah, probably. Now, I wouldn't consider myself a gigantic fan of the Monster Hunter franchise, but I do like Mila, and I do like me some mindless action flicks. But it appears that the oh-so-sensitive Chinese market has now canceled the film and pulled it from all of their cinemas. We're going to take a quick look at that. But speaking of China, protect yourself with a VPN. Look, everyone should have a VPN. You don't have to use this one, but they support the channel. It works amazing, and I have an incredible deal for you. Check it out. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. In current year, basically everyone should be using a VPN. What is a VPN? Well, it stands for Virtual Private Network. With Private Internet Access, all of your traffic goes through a secure VPN tunnel, your IP address is hidden, and your data is encrypted. Private Internet Access is available for all platforms: Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and many others. They have a strict no logs policy. You can use one subscription to protect up to 10 devices at a time. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and Private Internet Access has given me their best deal ever. Just $2.08 a month plus 2 months free, which is 83% off. And reviewers love Private Internet Access. CNET rated it as, quote, spectacular, and it got PC Mag's Editor's Choice Award for the past 5 years. You can access geo-restricted content from websites, YouTube included, social media networks, find better deals online, play games blocked in your region, and protect your identity by keeping your data encrypted. Pick up this awesome offer available just to my subscribers. It's located in the pinned comment below as well as the description. Start protecting yourself today. Hey, thanks so much for always supporting the channel, Private Internet Access. I use your VPN. I know a lot of my viewers do too. Make sure you right-click on their link in the pinned comment below and save huge on a VPN today. Now, Monster Hunter was pulled from Chinese cinema over a scene said to be too spicy. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the how often the West bends the knee to China, well, you need only look at any film. The Top Gun remake, removing the Taiwan flag from the back of a jacket, all the various censorship that we don't hear about that happens in modern cinema from the West, betraying freedom of speech and their First Amendment rights and even creative expression for the almighty dollar. The watering down of jokes and removals of jokes that we will never see. This is something that obviously happens in the video game market too with Blizzard. Remember, they can't have spooky skeletons over in China. They can't display blood in video games or slot machines, I think. We saw this with, was it Rainbow Six? Censorship from the Chinese market is never far from the West's minds because of the giant amount of cash that they could possibly earn from just the sheer size of that market. Speaking of getting around censorship, that's why you need a VPN. That said, Monster Hunter pulled from Chinese cinemas over a single scene. Chinese regulators in the midst of censoring the Hollywood title Monster Hunter after controversy broke out online on opening day over a 10-second long exchange in the film that patriotic local viewers say insults China. 10 seconds of the movie pulled. These are the people that Disney completely sold themselves out for. Remember, and I want to be very clear, no problem with Chinese people at all. Love them. Love them. Never met a bad Chinese person. Obviously, I've never met any in China, but I've met plenty here in the United States. Awesome, awesome people. Great traditions. It's their government that I don't like, and I'm pretty sure most Chinese people that live here would tell you the same thing. The fantasy action film, which is produced, written, and directed by Paul Anderson, and stars his wife, Mila Jovovich. It also features Jin Ao Young, better known as MC Jin. He's the first Asian American solo rapper to sign to a major label and is well known in China for his appearance on the popular competition show, The Rap of China. The movie is loosely, based on the trailer, extraordinarily loose, like loose butthole, on the immensely popular role-playing video game series by the same name, developed by Japan's Capcom, but sold and distributed in China by Chinese tech giant Tencent, whose film arm also co-produced the film. Monster Hunter enjoyed a midnight screenings in small hours of Friday local time and officially debuted in Chinese cinema on Friday, December 4th, fully 3 weeks ahead of its planned December 25th release in the United States. Despite hitting China fresh and first, it grossed just $5 million on day one, good enough for third place, and then trouble emerged. And cinemas around the country began to pull the movie from their lineups when it was intended, or for what was intended as a light-hearted moment in the film that was taken by local viewers as a gloating insult. Through around a quarter of the film screenings, film screenings in China were allotted to Monster Hunter on Friday, by Saturday had followed to 0.07%, meaning they had pulled it entirely. Around midnight the same day, many cinemas received an urgent notice to cancel all upcoming screenings and issue refunds for shows already sold. According to numerous screenshots and directed posted online, a new version is being produced overnight and should be one-screened. Theaters should place strictly observe that the old version should no longer be screened a single time. Later on Saturday morning local time, new leaked directives that Variety has not yet directly confirmed said that the distribution of the DCP copies for the new version had also been suspended, indicating that the release of even a censored version is effectively halted. If so, this will deal a blow to Tencent Pictures, good, and their reputation, and indicate that the Chinese political winds have now become more serious headwinds for American content. Good. Stop bending the knee. Even when the content in the case of Monster Hunter jointly produced with German, Japanese, and Chinese firms. While some hardcore fans of the game said they still hope the film adaptation will be allowed to rescreen after cuts, most others cheered on the idea that it would be taken down for good. If there is no severe punishment in the future, others who want to humiliate China will just humiliate China, thinking it's fine to give those Chinese a version to screen with the insults cut out, wrote one Weibo user. Weibo is Weibo is widely popular social media platform operated by Sina Corp and is not affiliated with Tencent, owner of WeChat, though many online comments appear to blame Tencent for content changes on the site, where trends and visibility are notoriously susceptible to paid manipulation. Imagine living under these rules. Imagine, quite honestly, look at the reaction of this person. Literally cheering on the censorship and wanting stricter, severe punishment. One post addressed Tencent directly. So you'd rather cut out the insulting part the night without banning it outright? Sure, go ahead and help the foreigners save face. These are the people that the NBA care more about than you. I'm just saying. Is that uncomfortable? Is that an uncomfortable fact, Susan? Well, it is. These are the people that YouTube cares more about than you. These are the people that Warner Brothers, Disney, every major U.S. corporation, they care, Western corporation, I should say, they care more about these people than they do you. It's evidenced by their actions, by the decisions they make in producing their video games and movies ahead of time, by the bending of the knee, by the pre-screening, by Disney literally thanking those that were running internment camps for 1 million Uyghur Muslims in China right now. Meanwhile, Chinese users have quickly flooded the video game Steam page with hundreds of angry negative reviews, most mentioning, quote, dirty knees, even as a few gamers are leaving positive reviews specifically to troll China, such as one that's merely a long bilingual list of the country's most censored issues and events. Capcom is dead to me, wrote one negative reviewer in Chinese, while another wrote in English, I don't recommend the game just because of its movie's mean jokes. It's worth breaking down exactly what those 10 seconds of Monster Hunter have set off such a firestorm, if only to get a glimpse of how unforeseeably difficult it can be in this political climate. Don't care about China, screw China, government. Early on Friday, a short clip of the offending passages seemingly filmed in a cinema by a cell phone circulated on Chinese social media. It appears to spark outrage due to the subtitles and in an unspoken, inferred subtext that would likely have been lost on those who only know Chinese or English, but not both. In the scene, a white male character and an Asian character played by Jin are driving together at a high speed. What? Says the former. Look at my knees, shouts Jin. What kind of knees are those? Asks his companion. Chinese, jokes Jin, putting on the world on the. That's the joke? Oh my God. Chinese viewers were so incensed after the exchange that was interpreted a reference to an old schoolyard rhyme saying Chinese, Japanese, dirty knees, look at these. It's apparently sing-songs accompanied by knee slaps and slanty-eyed gestures. I don't remember the slanty-eyed things. This is a major blow to Sony. They're the only one from the big studios without a streaming ability, so they had to rely on whichever opened cinemas this year, and now this happens. Their biggest remaining market is shutting them out. This is going to hurt Sony big. Good. Stop bending the literal knees, dirty or not, to China. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon. Don't forget to check out this video's sponsor. Start browsing safely today with private internet access. Massive deal in the pinned comment down below.